picks for Parx Racing on Tuesday, and you are watching the race simulation of the first race, a courtesy of Equinix.com. The QR code link to the page where you can register your free user. Try this handicapping tool. It's the best one in the US horse racing. And in the first race, and don't forget the scoring picks, 55% to win, the long shot between 11 to 14%, depending of the type of race. This is a machine learning algorithm, emulates a human being, handicapping. The win percentage is a mathematical value of probability calculated for each horse based on stats of the horse, trainer, jockey, the pace of the race, the initial speed. You watch it in the race simulator, and the SOR, the strength of race, the competitive level of the horse, the average of the competitive level. The higher, that means that was facing tougher competition. This is the level of the race. Record at the surface and distance, the GSR, the genetic strength rate, the pedigree of the horse in a number. When it's running a horse over a mile, this number is very significant. More stats here for you. Very quick access. You can watch. You can check that also in your mobile phone in a simplified way. Obviously, even the handy view, you can see it in your phone. You have here the whole campaign of the horse since the debut, the workouts, information about the campaign of the stallion, the dam, and that's good with first starters to check the precocity, the ability of the horse running a surface, and the complete profile of the horse, the pedigree of the horse for each distance and surface. So I did this pick in the previous video in Spanish, checking the Scotty picks and the win percentage. So in this race, for example, the Scotty picks 7-1, 2 is the long shot. The 7-1, they look very good here in the win percentage. The 7 with more pace, better GSR, and the number 2, 5-1 in the Monreal is attractive. He has the top pace of the race. He's going to be leading the race. The 7 is going to be stocking with the number 4. And that is the reason I use the 7, because the number 1 is a slower horse. Is coming later and has no victories at the distance. So that is the reason I put 7. It has a top pick. I believe the 2 and 1 are options. Has a second pick. And the number 2, I like this control of the speed. This GSR will be there with the number 1. And the 4 is another option. He has a victory at the distance. A decent GSR, he will be around since the beginning of the race. In race 2, 3 and 6 are the top picks. They are also among the top win percentage. The 3 is nice because has a tactical speed. The 6 is going to be chasing, and that is the reason I put him as a second option. And then you have the 5 and 2. The long shot is the number 1, but has a low win percentage, so you can check the horse maybe for the exotics. Probably the 2 and the 5, the 5 and the 2 are the horses that could be, approaching in the final stretch. The 5 has a victory at the distance, maybe fair pick, but could be also the number 2 that has a better competitive level in average. In race 3, 6 and 2 are the top picks. The 4 is the long shot. They are here in the top 3 win percentages. I like the 6 because it has a very high win percentage. Top pick. Jamie Ness with and Harry Williams, and they have a 4-4-10. The 3 is the strong enemy. These are the top picks clearly. Maybe you can use both in your tickets or combine for the exotic at the top. I'm not using that. The number 2 has a top pick here, and the reason is 9% to win is here, but has a lower competitive level and has this GSR that is lower. Remember what I said about the GSR? Over a mile, or in a mile even, the GSR is very significant. So these 2 they have better GSRs, even the 4. So the 2 is going to be a fair pick or maybe a 4 pick, So 6 and 3 are the top horses here. In race 4, 7 and 2 are the top picks in the Scotty pick. The 6 is the long shot. The number 2, 34% to win. And the 6 is the top pace of the race, but this number 2 is more effective at the distance. So, and both, what is good, both has a good money lines. See the number 7 is the top pick here. 14% to win. What I don't like about the number 7 is this pace, and the number 6 will control the pace. So maybe the race is going to develop in a slow way, and the number 2 is going to be closer than the number 7. So I prefer to use the speed of the race as a pick. The horse that is going to be stalking, that has a very good record at the distance in comparison to the 6 and 7, for example, and is the second pick here, and is the top win percentage and good morning line. That is the horse to beat, in my opinion, a price value. Then you have the 6 and the 7 is going to be the favorite. Obviously, is the top pick here, has a win percentage that suggests that he has a good chance, but he's slow. When he's coming to look for the number 6, maybe the 2 will take advantage, or the 6 is going to be far away. So that is the reason that I believe he's a pick, but the fair one. In race 5, 1 and 2 the picks, and the 4 is the long shot. I put them at the top because they are in the top win percentages. I switched them because the number 2, the second pick, has a high pace. Higher pace means control of the speed, and Jamie Neff with Mitchell Sanchez, that is an advantage. The number 1 has 3 victories at the distance. He will come. Obviously, he will start and he will come at the end, but the 2 has a good chance to win because he's going to be at the lead. So second pick, the number 1, and then you have 6 and 4. See, the 6, decent record at the distance. Enough GSR. He has a 15% to win. He is going to be around. The number 7 has a better GSR. The finish, this horse is slower, and I believe the number 4, that is the long shot, is an alert here. He has 5 victories at the distance. Maybe the 4 is going to be around, has an upset possibility. If you don't like the 6 or 4, then you have the 7. Race 6, 3 and 6 the top pick, the 7 is the long shot, 3 and 2 at the top here, and I anyway prefer the 6 and the 3 as the top picks, and the reason is the competitive level. See, the 2 has 17 the GSR, but this race is 7 furlongs, and these 2 are not far, so they have a good chance. They have enough pedigree, and they have more competitive level. So I believe that could wait in this race. So I believe maybe the Scotty picks are right here and using them. One of them could be the top pick. They are very equalized. And then obviously the 2 has a good chance, 24% to win and good GSR. And the other option, obviously, the 5, who is by the way, the money line favorite. The GSR is going up, but the competitive level is lower and has a low win percentage and is not at the top. That is the reason that he could be she could be, it's a mare. She could be fair or 4 pick, so you can decide that. But 3 and 6, I believe the Scotty picks are maybe hitting this race. In race 7, the competitive level of the 3 is highlighted here. 6 and 3 the picks, the 5 the long shot, 6 and 3 at the top. This competitive level could make the difference in the race. And obviously the 6 will chase, will be around, has a good chance, a victory at the distance, has a lower GSR, but a very win percentage, and is the top pick. So these 2 are the top horses of the race. Maybe the 3 is going to be the top pick because this competitive level, as I said, could make the difference. And the 5 is the long shot, is the other option of the race. 5 to 1 in the money line, enough GSR. He will be maybe taking the lead or around the lead. There is some speed here. So 3 and 6, 6 and 3, and maybe the 5. In race 8, this one is more equalized. Even at first started with a chance between the top 6 win percentages. 3 and 5 the top picks. The 2 is the long shot with a low GSR. So I have the tendency to think that maybe the 2 is not an option to win. Maybe for the exotics, maybe. But I prefer 3 and 5. They have decent GSRs in a race where the GSR maybe is not going to be the main reason to pick the horses, but I prefer them than the number 6, for example, or the number 2. So I prefer these two. Seek the Midnight Dreamer has a decent win percentage. The Equinage money line put him with a 5-1, a bit lower than the 6-1 that is suggesting the track, the money line of the track. So, and have a better GSR than most of the horses here. So, Mike Pino is effective first time out. 5-3, 3-5, but the 8, don't ignore this horse. And then 7-6 are the other horses. The 7, a bit of better GSR, more value, 6-1 in the money line, maybe it's a 4 pick. And you can check about this, the number 6, 3-1 in the money line, but lower GSR, he's there. Has a 5th option, in my opinion. He's there, but 5-3, and don't ignore the number 8. Good luck with your bets at Parx.